Okay, so hello all of you. My name is Professor Sneha Limaye, and I have been taking quantitative aptitude for now past, let's say, 3 to 4 years experience in just CA Foundation. But I have a teaching experience of 10 plus years, and I have been teaching a wide range of students, you can say, starting from 8th, 9th, 10th, the basics of maths, along with 11th, 12th, commerce, again for maths, and 11 12 science stream students also I teach maths. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you all that I have a good experience, so let us make this partnership a success so that it will help you guys to succeed. All right. Okay, now all of you had maths in 11th and 12th. Okay, but क्या होता है जब बेस पक्का नहीं होता. Okay, this is a competitive exam, all of you know this. CA Foundation is a competitive exam. So in order to crack the exam, it is necessary that you have to have a strong foundation. सबका strong foundation है. Do you know what is ratio and proportion? इसके basics, the basic laws of exponents. Okay, ये जो छोटे छोटे basics है, most of the time students don't know, or they know it but they are afraid to ask. Okay, so that's why I have formulated or this particular curriculum in such a way that all the basic concepts would be cleared first. Okay, because you all had maths, but जो student जिनका maths नहीं होगा for 11th and 12th, don't worry, I am here because I am starting from the basic concepts, all chapters basic concepts which are required for the CA foundation. So for especially for tomorrow, I'm again telling all of you that I will be conducting calculator tricks workshop for tomorrow. So you all have to bring the calculator with you. Okay. Now when we talk about basics, अभी आप पूछोगे मैम basics क्यों important है. तो कल भी मैं जब गई थी, I had gone to Kaveri College to give them a lecture, the students a lecture on how to crack the exam. तो वहां पे भी मैंने ऐसे ही बताया था दैट फाउंडेशन जिनका अच्छा नहीं रहता, जिनका फाउंडेशन कच्चा होता है, दे आर नॉट एबल टू क्रैक दिस एग्जाम. व्हाई? बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम स्टूडेंट डू अ मेजर मिस्टेक, and that mistake is just solving the module for the first time, one time or at the most 2 times, but that is not sufficient. Okay, and solving from the module is very important. Many a time student don't know क्या करते हैं in different classes, they give you class notes. Okay, but those notes just consist of 4 to 5 important questions ऐसे करके वो देते हैं in those notes. Okay, and जब whenever the students give the exam, they find out कि अरे ये तो कुछ लिया ही नहीं था. Okay, so that's why I always tell all my students solving from the module is very important. Okay, George, see here, I think I am the only person who takes all the sums from the module. जो similar type of sums रहते हैं that I will give for homework, of course, because otherwise the entire book होगा नहीं. But I take each and every sum from the module which is important and which can be asked. Okay, क्या होता है this last paper जो था CA Foundation का, I have seen that the questions have come from the module, but they are twisted. तो क्या हुआ? Many students came to me and told me, मैम कुछ आया ही नहीं मॉड्यूल से, वैसे नहीं था. Okay, same questions from the module was asked only with a twist. तो जिन्होंने मॉड्यूल किया था 3 4 5 times, उनको क्रैक, उन्होंने ही सिर्फ क्रैक किया है, मैंने देखा. ओके, सो आई नो दैट यू विल फील कि मैम क्या बात कर रहे हो, हम एक बार ही कैसे वैसे करते हैं मॉड्यूल, एंड यू आर टेलिंग अस टू डू इट फॉर 5 times, बट आई एम नॉट किडिंग. If you practice it for 5 times, I will guarantee you that you will clear CA foundation. All right, so that is very important, so all of you please keep that in mind. Also, now let us go back to our subject of quantitative aptitude. You know how many marks are there for quantitative aptitude? Total marks are 100. Out of 100, how many minimum marks do you need to get? 40 marks. क्यों 40 पता है आपको? So that, see, 40 are the minimum marks, correct, in order to pass. But I will recommend you that since maths is a scoring subject, फ्रॉम फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड ऑनवर्ड सबने हमें बताया है कि मैथ्स स्कोरिंग कब स्कोरिंग होगा, व्हेन यू कैन गेट गुड मार्क्स. ठीक है, सो ट्राई टू अचीव, डोंट कीप योर व्हाट यू कैन से योर लिमिट लो कि हमें सिर्फ 40 ही मिलने चाहिए, हो गया मैथ्स. डोंट बी इन दैट एटीट्यूड. Okay, because math is scoring, math will definitely help you to increase your percentage. All right, so coming back to the quantitative aptitude, as you all know, this particular subject is for 100 marks. Minimum marks are 40. Okay. And it is divided into three parts, as you can see over here. First part is business mathematics. Now let us check which are the topics in business mathematics. So as you can see, these are the topics in business mathematics. The first is ratio, proportion, indices and logarithm. Second, equations. Third is linear inequalities or inequations. Then next comes mathematics of finance, which is a very, very important chapter. Next is basic concepts of permutation combination. अब सबको permutation combination था till 10th standard या नहीं? 11th में आपने किया होगा, correct? Okay, next is sequence and series, arithmetic and geometric progression. This is a quite easy chapter because arithmetic progression आप सबको था till 10th standard. Okay. Next is sets, relations, functions, basics of limits, and the last is differential equations or calculus. अब मुझे बोलो, how many of you are very good at calculus? ऐसा कोई है या calculus का डर लगता है? डर लगता है? मैम हमें सब formulas याद नहीं रहते. It is very difficult. Okay, so once more I would like to tell all my students, especially for maths, what is important is जब हम पढ़ाई करते रहते हैं and जब we, let's say we have started with the first chapter, huh? So every time whenever formula comes, I would recommend all of you to keep one formula book separate. Write down all the formulas as we complete that chapter, because I'll tell you why. Because I just don't teach here. I teach in different institutions. तो मेरी एक स्टूडेंट थी, ओके, लास्ट टाइम उसने अटेम्प्ट दिया है. उसका क्या हुआ, शी वाज एबल टू डू एवरीथिंग बिकॉज जनरली आई टेक द एंटायर बुक, एंटायर मॉड्यूल, एवरीथिंग वाज प्रिपेयर्ड, एवरीथिंग वाज डन. उसका क्या हुआ, शी जस्ट गॉट ब्लैंक. शी वाज नॉट एबल टू रिमेंबर द फॉर्मूला during the paper. ऐसा हुआ, and she is a good student because I know her, I have taught her for one and nearly not 4 to 5 months. So I have seen that she is a sincere student. But ये किया नहीं, she did not keep a different formula book. Okay, so maintaining a different formula book after we finish each and every chapter, writing the formulas in that book will help you a lot so that you can remember the formula. ठीक है, आया समझ में? ओके, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट. नाउ लेट अस गो टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. सो इस पार्ट में कितने टॉपिक्स है? टोटल 8 टॉपिक्स. ओके, नेक्स्ट पार्ट कम्स इज द लॉजिकल रीजनिंग. सबको लॉजिकल रीजनिंग पसंद है? इज इट इजी? एंड सी, स्पेशली मैं उन लोगों को बताना चाहती हूँ who have not taken maths. Maths is very important. This basic course which I am going to conduct, that will help you in all your competitive exams, all competitive exams, CA, CS, CLAT, okay, all, even for the entrance for BBA, okay, each and every entrance they will ask you logical reasoning for maths. Okay, so clear all your concepts. Now हम देखते हैं what all is covered under logical reasoning. Logical reasoning में total there are 4 chapters. First is number series, coding, decoding and odd man out. I think odd man out सबको easy जाता होगा is what I feel. Huh? Next comes direction sense test. Next is the seating arrangement and blood relations. So especially for the blood relations topic, you know, I give you a easy way or easy technique in order to get a correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to tell you or teach you how to form a diagram, and from that diagram you will definitely immediately get the answer and you will make no mistake in that. See, generally logical reasoning you have to get all 20 marks. Okay, because logical reasoning is generally asked for 20 marks at least. So if you crack that, if you get those marks, it becomes easier for you to score in maths. All right. So these are the 4 chapters under logical reasoning. Honestly, I tell you, all my students, that logical reasoning is very interesting. Okay, you will not get bored. It is very, very interesting. All 4 chapters are damn interesting. Okay, you will definitely like them. All right. So let us go to the next part. Next is part C, statistics. Now, tell me how many of you like statistics? सबको पसंद है या नहीं? क्यों नहीं? Because of the formulas? Or some students might say कि ma'am, up till 10th standard we did not have anything and directly 11th standard में ये सब आया है. Correct? Statistics, I must tell you, it is based upon formulas. And if you understand the basic concepts, it is very easy for you to score in these topics as well. Okay. So under statistics now in part C, let us see which chapters are there. Starting from 13th chapter, which is statistical analysis and central tendency, and all the basics of statistics are covered in chapter 13. Next is 14, that is measures of central tendency and dispersion. Next, chapter 15 is probability. Now, how many of you like probability? Easy hai probability? Huh? Easy hai for this also. Okay, if the base is clear, it will be very easy for you all. Next comes theoretical distribution, again an important chapter, theoretical distribution, because it is going to need the base of statistics. Okay, so that I'm going to cover up in our basic. So all this basic jo ideas hai ya basic jo concepts hai, those I'm going to teach you all again, because we will be brushing up all these concepts, make them stronger, build a strong foundation, and then start with the foundation things. All right. Next is correlation and regression. You have correlation and regression chapter in 11th and 12th also. 11th I think correlation tha, and in 12th regression. Huh? And the last is index number. Again a very easy chapter. और एक बात आई वॉन्ट टू टेल यू ऑल बिफोर वी स्टार्ट इज दैट सी ये हमने सब पार्ट्स देखे, वी नो द टोटल मार्क्स एवरीथिंग नाउ. ओके, एक बात जो मुझे बतानी है टू ऑल माय स्टूडेंट्स इज दैट, अगर आपने साइली मैम का वीडियो देखा होगा, उन्होंने बात की है अबाउट कृष्णा एंड अर्जुन. हाँ, तो कृष्णा ने क्या किया, ही गेव अ पाथ टू अर्जुन and Arjun just blindly followed the path. Can we say that? No. He was a bit resistant at first because he did not know whether to, keep faith into what Krishna is telling him. But later on, with experience, he understood that whatever Krishna is telling, that path, if I follow, that will lead me to success. Okay? So I am the person who is going to show you the path. If you follow all my instructions, you will definitely crack CA foundation quantitative aptitude. I guarantee you that. But whatever path I am telling you, please follow it. Okay, these are small things which I am telling all my students because I want them to clear the exam, and not just clear it at 40 but to get very good marks in maths. Because once you get good marks in maths, ultimately your score is going to increase. All right. Okay, so let us start. Now when we talk about the basic concepts, okay, basic math concepts, so usme kya kya aayega, let us see. What we will do is we'll start with the first chapter here itself, but I'm not going to start the chapter as such. I'm going to discuss all the important basic concepts of ratio. Okay, so when we talk about ratio, first tell me what is a ratio. Ratio is nothing but comparison between two quantities. Okay, but there is one condition. The condition is that both the quantities have to be in the same units, so ही ratio possible. Correct? So agar if you see the first term, so generally ratio is written like this. I'll just show you. Just let me open. So ratio is generally in the form of some numerator upon some denominator. So this numerator part, let us see what it is called. The numerator part or the first term is called as an antecedent, and the second part, it is called as a consequent. So in our case, which is antecedent? 3. Which is the consequent? Okay. See, now why I am repeating this? Because they will ask question like this, that antecedent and consequent are given to you. पर आपको अगर पता ही नहीं होगा what is an antecedent, what is a consequent, तो दिक्कत आती है. Okay, so we will be discussing this. So now this is a plain ratio, 3:4. Okay, now if let us say let us take or find out the ratio of 3 kg to 4,000 grams. Okay, if हमको किसी ने पूछा tell me what is the ratio of 3 kg to 4,000 grams, कैसे करोगे आप? 3 kg means, see, I've already told you, when we talk about ratio, it is comparison between two quantities. But if two quantities are given in different units, ये different units है, kg और gram दिया है. So first thing what we should do is convert them both to a same unit. Okay, now very important basic concept. Whenever you convert a big quantity, kg is bigger than grams. So when you convert a big quantity to a small quantity, what do? We already know that 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. So 1 kg हम जब convert करेंगे to grams, that is big quantity जब convert करेंगे to smaller quantity, we will multiply. Okay, so now when we convert 3 kg, it will give us 3000 grams. Correct? Now can we compare the two quantities that are given? Yes. Why? Because both the units are same now. So now if the same units are there, they have told us to find out 3 kg is to 4,000 grams. Always remember, ratio has to be converted to the lowest form. आपको पता है ना, fractions जब रहते हैं, always convert them to the lowest form. ठीक है? So if you just cut this out, you will get the lowest form as 3:2. But ये कब था? जब we had to convert a bigger quantity to a smaller. But अगर smaller quantity to bigger quantity करना है, let's take another example. So if I give you 15 centimeter का ratio find out करो, 15 centimeter to 20 meters. Can you please find it out for me, all of you? Give the heading as ratio, basic heading as ratio, and find out what is 15 centimeter to 20 meter. Also, one more important thing, I am from a technical background. I have done my computer engineering, okay, and I was a lecturer at Modern College of Engineering, second year students, okay. But now since math is my passion, I've started working on maths. All right. Okay. So 15 centimeter is to 20 meters. Now we already know 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? 100. So now 15 centimeters, if we have to convert to 15 centimeters, we have to convert to meter. So we are going to do division. Divide. So 15 centimeter, if we want to convert into meter, we are going to divide by 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So we will be dividing by 100. So 15 divided by 100, क्या मिलेगा? 0.15. So 0.15 meters. Now are both units same? Huh? So 0.15 upon 20. मैम यहाँ पे तो अभी अभी डेसिमल आया है. Many of my students are afraid of fractions and decimals. Okay, तो क्या करना है? It is very easy. Numerator में decimal है. We don't want decimal because that increases the computation. No need. Okay. So the easiest way to do is just to remove it. So when you remove it, you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. Okay. So 15 upon 2000 आएगा. Now convert this to more lowest form and tell me what is the final answer. So 15 upon 2000 converted to the lowest form. It is going to give you, so basically when you convert it to the lowest form, 15 is divisible by 3 या 5 से किया आपने. Okay, so 5 upon 5. So 15 divided by 5, answer will give us 3 upon 400. So 3 is to 400 will be our lowest form. So understood this, all of you? Now ये बहुत easy था मैम, ये तो हमने पढ़ा है in 10th standard up to 10th standard. But let me tell you, there are many of my students who did not understand or their base was not clear. They were not able to understand this as well. Okay, that is the reason I have formulated this particular course. Basics. Okay, next. So 3 is to 400. Now, if I say, if let us take fractions, your favorite part now. Huh? So when we talk about fractions, suppose you know what is a mixed fraction. Hmm? If you have to find out the ratio of 2 integer 1 upon 4 to 3 integer 1 upon 6. Can you do this for me? Okay, क्या करना है first step? 2 integer 1 upon 4 is a mixed fraction. Convert this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Improper fraction यानी क्या? Numerator is greater than the denominator. So how do we convert, ma'am? First take the denominator part, 4 multiplied by 2 plus 1. So first let us convert it to improper fraction. So that is going to give us 9 upon 4. Correct? Is to 6 into 3 plus 1 upon 6. So this ratio is going to be 19 upon 6. Again an improper fraction. Now इसका ratio निकालना है. So antecedent upon consequent. So our antecedent is 9 by 4 and our consequent is 19 by 6. So अगर आपने देखा, here it is a fraction division. Fraction division का क्या concept है? The numerator will remain as it is, but the denominator, you have to take the reciprocal of the denominator. Reciprocal यानी क्या? उल्टा. Numerator becomes denominator, denominator becomes numerator. So here what we are going to do, we are going to convert this division into multiplication by taking a reciprocal of the denominator. Okay, now again as we know, convert it to the lowest form to get the correct ratio. So 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. So 27 is to 38 is our ratio. Understood? Easy? Hmm? So please write this example as well. Now यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने एक बात बोली है in the module itself. Both terms of a ratio can be multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number. This we all know. Up to 10th standard we have done these type of problems. Okay. And usually a ratio is expressed in the lower term or the lowest form. So मैंने ये भी दिखाया how to convert a particular fraction to the lowest form or particular ratio to the lowest form. Okay. So in the module also, so generally I tell all my students the module solved examples are very important. ये लोग क्या करते हैं, मैंने आज तक देखा इन द पेपर्स स्पेशली, they will use the same data from the solved examples, but they will just twist the question. they will form a different wordings, they will use different terms or frames like यहाँ पे antecedent consequent, ऐसे करके they will have, because it's a competitive exam, they have to do this, okay, in order to get good people or good academic students. Okay, so if you see over here, just a minute, I'll just show you. So यहाँ पे उन्होंने हमें बताया है you have to find out 12:16. Okay, now as we have already discussed, 12:16 is converted like this, so you have to reduce it to the lowest form. तो यहाँ पे 12:16 जो रेशो दिया है, you have to divide it by 4. तो हमें लोएस्ट फॉर्म क्या मिलेगा, 3:4. The order of the terms in a ratio is important, very very important concept. अगर किसी ने consequent और antecedent change कर दिए, will you get the same answer? पर बच्चे ऐसा करते हैं because lack of practice. ठीक है. Next, ratio exists only between quantities of the same kind. We have already discussed. Same kind यानी क्या? Same units. You know all the conversions, right? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Write them down. 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter? 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to how many millimeters? 10 millimeters. What else? Inches. Okay, so tell me 1 inch. No, what did you say? Inches, na? Okay. No. You remember the measurements chapter आपने किया होगा up to 10th standard measurements, हाँ? वो सब measurements हमें. Okay, do you know what is a decagram? Have you heard of it? Milli, centi, decimeter, deca, hecto, kilo. So milli is the smallest, deca, hecto, kilo. Kilo is the greatest. And there is a difference of 10 between all these values. Milli, centi, decimeter, deca, hecto, kilo. Huh? Difference of 10 between all. Also, जब हम convert करते हैं, that I have already told you, bigger quantity to a smaller quantity जब हम convert करते हैं, we will always multiply. But smaller to bigger convert करना है, we will always divide. So this is what they have given here in the module. Okay. Next, quantities to be compared by division must be in the same units. We have already discussed this. So यहाँ पे उन्होंने हमें minutes और seconds का भी example दिया है. Do you know 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1 second is equal to how many minutes? हुआ confusion? 1 second is equal to how many minutes? Smaller to bigger. What do you do? Seconds to minutes. Divide by which is greater, seconds or minutes? Minutes is greater. 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 60 seconds. मैंने पूछा है 1 second is equal to how many minutes? So divided by 60, यानी 1/60 will be the answer. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे if you see the ratio between 150 gram and 2 kg is given to us already. Okay, so 150 gram is to 2 kg. Again I have told you convert kg to grams. So whenever you convert kg to grams, you will get the ratio in the lowest form as 3:40. ठीक है, easy है. Next, ratio between 25 minutes and 45 seconds. So as we have discussed, whenever we convert bigger quantity to smaller, so that means here 25 minutes will be converted to seconds. How? By multiplying by 60. So 25 multiplied by 60 will give you the seconds. So those seconds come out to be 1500, and Next seconds are 45. So 1500 divided by 45, convert it to the lowest form to get the answer as 100 upon 3. ठीक है, easy है, understood? All of you? Huh? Huh? Yes, I will surely repeat. See, always remember, when we convert a bigger quantity to a smaller quantity. Let's say, take an example of minutes and seconds. Who is bigger? Minutes is bigger. So when you convert minutes to seconds, what will happen? You will multiply. So अगर मैंने बोला let's say 5 minutes, convert them to seconds. So आप क्या करोगे? 5 multiplied by 60. So 300 seconds. ठीक है, और अगर स्मॉलर टू बिगर करना है यू विल डिवाइड. सो स्मॉलर टू बिगर, लेट्स से 45 सेकेंड्स हमें कन्वर्ट करने हैं मैम टू मिनट्स. सो टेक आउट योर कैलकुलेटर, कैलकुलेट एंड टेल मी व्हाट इज 45 डिवाइडेड बाय 60. तो कई बार क्या होता है, द क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फ्रैक्शंस और डेसिमल्स. इन द ऑप्शंस वो डेसिमल्स देंगे. So there you will use a calculator. ठीक है? So tell me 0.75. Or if you want to convert this decimal to a fraction, how will you do? 0.75 हमारा decimal आया है. हाँ? Now 0.75 after the decimal point कितने digits है? 2. हाँ? So if you want to convert it to a fraction, you will write it as 75 upon 100, and then you will convert it to the lowest form to get the fraction form. So again I'll repeat this. This is very important, children. I know these are the basics, but these are very very important. Okay, so जैसे मैंने बोला, let's say 0.75 आया है in decimal and we want to convert a decimal to a fraction. After the decimal points यहाँ पे 2 digits है. So I am going to divide by 100, and this I will convert it to the lowest form. So let's say I will divide by 15. नहीं, 15 से नहीं होगा. 25. So 3 upon. तो यहाँ पे हमने क्या सीखा? Converting a decimal to a fraction. Easy है? Everybody understood this? Okay. Now अगर तुमने यहाँ पे देखा, they have taken one example also. To compare two ratios, you have to convert them into equivalent like fractions. अभी मैम ये क्या concept है? All of you know what are like fractions? Do you? Can you tell me? Like fractions यानी anybody? You want to tell me? Okay, so write down. Like fractions suppose these two fractions are given to you. Okay, these are called as like fractions. Why? Because denominator is same. So denominator जब same होगा, they are called as like fractions. If denominator अलग होगा, so let's say the denominator is okay, and for another one, let's say it is are these like fractions? No. Why? Because denominator is different. But when like fractions are not given to us, we can convert them to like fractions. Do you know how? यहाँ पे अगर हम आपने देखा 20/6 is given to you, हाँ, and another ratio is given to you as 10/3. So we already know that 6 is a multiple of 3. Huh? So I will convert this particular unlike fraction in order to convert it to a like fraction by multiplying both numerator and denominator by 2. ठीक है? So this is going to give us 20/6. Now are they like fractions? यहाँ पे ये लाइक फ्रैक्शंस भी है और इक्वल फ्रैक्शंस भी है. Why? Because numerator denominator is same. And as I told you, another concept of fractions, that is, let's say 2 integer 1 upon 3. So this is a mixed fraction. इसका मतलब क्या है? 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 3. So this is a mixed fraction. So in order to convert it to improper, you will take denominator, multiply it by the whole number, add it to the numerator, and denominator will remain as it is. No? So the answer comes out to be 7 by. So this is a mixed fraction converted to an improper fraction. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे they have given an example, 2 integer 1 by 3 is to 3 integer 1 by 3, and you have to find out which ratio is greater. So first step what they have done, यहाँ पे 2 integer 1 by 3 और 3 integer 1 by 3, we will do it. Wait. So 2 integer 1 by 3 is this, 7 by 3, and 3 integer 1 by 3 again convert करो to improper fraction. So that gives us 10 by 3. And now you have to check which is greater. कैसे चेक करोगे? Easy. 7 by 3 कंपेयर करना है to 10 by 3. Easiest step क्या है? Cross multiplication. What is 7 times 3? It comes out to be 21. 3 times 10, it comes out to be, which is greater? So that means the second वाला जो fraction है वो greater है than the first fraction. Because यहाँ पे हमने क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई किया है. ठीक है? Now another concept. Okay, a very 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 important concept which all my students. Okay, आपको पता है what is LCM? So अगर मैंने आपको दो fractions दिए, let's say 2 by 3 and 7 by 28. और ये दो fractions हमें add करने हैं. Suppose क्या concept है? हम क्या करते हैं? First we take the LCM of the denominator. LCM आपको पता है सबको, least common multiple. हाँ, जो so least common multiple जो रहता है, how do we find out? Simple way. यहाँ पे 3 का multiple 28 है? नहीं. और 20, that means the 28 does not come in the table of 3. Okay. So what is the easiest way to find out LCM? Multiply. और आपने ये सीखा होगा, you remember this prime factorization method? हाँ, so prime factorization हम क्या करते हैं? This becomes 14, then this becomes 7, 7, 1, 1. हाँ, तो इस फॉर्म से you can find out the basic fraction addition. So we know LCM is going to be what? 3 into 2 into 2 into 7. Online students, if anybody has any doubts, please feel free to ask. Okay, if you have any doubts, please ask me. So here, as you can see, 3 into 2 into 2 into 7. What is the answer? Find out on the calculator. 84. So what I am going to do, check. We know that the LCM is going to be 84 because 3 times 28 or 3 into 2 into 2 into 7. So LCM is 84. So 2 by 3 हमें convert करना है in such a way that you get the denominator as 84. How will you get it? By multiplying by, कैसे निकालना है? 84 divided by 3. So whenever you multiply, always remember multiply by the same number both to numerator and denominator. So 28 times 2 is 54. Use mental maths. No, not necessary to find it on the calculator. उतना तो सबको आता है. Everybody has cleared first to 12th level or first to 10th level. So mental maths techniques, use them. Okay, they are important. Okay, so answer is going to be 54 upon 84. Oh, sorry, 56 upon 84. And 7 upon 28, do we need to convert? Yes. Again, 7 upon 28 हमें multiply करना होगा 3 by 3 से. अभी like fractions है. Both we have converted to like fractions. So जब like fractions को हम convert करेंगे, do we need to add the denominator part as well? Do we? No. Only the numerator part will get added. Denominator part will remain as it is. Okay. So 56 plus 21 upon 84. So the answer that we are going to get is 77 upon 84. Now tell me, will this be the final answer? Will this be the final answer? Yes. Do we need to convert it to the lowest form? Yes. Always remember, whenever you do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, जो final answer आएगा, that you will have to convert to the lowest form. So जब जब fraction दिखेगा, check whether it is in the lowest form. So the answer is going to be 11 upon 12. So हमने डिस्कस क्या क्या किया? Like fractions, unlike fractions, mixed fractions, addition, subtraction, division also. So let us take one more example of multiplication so that all the basics are clear. Okay. So suppose हमें multiply करना होगा, let's say तो हमने जो सीखा है ऑलरेडी, नो नीड टू यूज अ कैलकुलेटर. लोएस्ट म्हणजे इफ यू यूज दैट इज फाइन. तो अगर आपने कैलकुलेटर सपोज यूज किया, आपको अलाउड है, तो व्हाट इज 35 टाइम्स 28? टेल मी व्हाट इज 35 टाइम्स 28? 9. एंड 77 टाइम्स 49? ये तो हम आंसर मिला, बट दैट इज नॉट अवर फाइनल आंसर, क्योंकि लोएस्ट फॉर्म कन्वर्ट करना होगा. देन अगेन व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल हैव टू फाइंड आउट ये किससे डिविजिबल है. तो हमने जो डिविजिबिलिटी टेस्ट सीखे हैं, डिविजिबिलिटी ऑफ 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 9 भी, 10 भी, वो सब यूज करने होंगे. ठीक है. और इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल लाइक दिस, फाइन, बट देन कन्वर्ट टू द लोएस्ट फॉर्म. कैसे कन्वर्ट करोगे? डिवाइड बाय 7. ट्राई करो, 7 से डिवाइड होगा. 980 डिवाइडेड बाय 7 कम्स आउट टू बी, हो गया डिवाइड. और डिनोमिनेटर भी करो. Now is this the lowest form? 140 upon 539. Again you will have to divide. Okay. So this concept सबको अच्छे से समझ में आया है? Any doubts? ठीक है. ये कोई भी डिस्कस नहीं करता, but I have seen this from my experience that basics are a must. This foundation has to be strong. तो ही कैलकुलेटिव ये जो एग्जाम्स रहते हैं और कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स, तो ही उसमें आप सक्सीड कर पाओगे. अदरवाइज बच्चों को यही प्रॉब्लम आता है कि मैम हमारा येतच नाही, वी डोंट नो. एंड हाउ और क्या होता है ना, many a times many of the students are a bit scared also कि इतने सब बैठे हैं, everybody knows how to convert, only I don't know, how should I ask? ऐसे होता है, सबको होता है, मेरा भी हुआ है when I was in my teaching phase. Okay, होता है. But most of the students जो those who are confident, they come and ask. But many a times I've seen students don't approach me. ये इतना basic है ma'am, how should we ask you? No. So that's why I will clear your basics in the first place only. So that later on when we are going to do a bit difficult sums, it will be very easy for you. ठीक है? So now, if a quantity, next thing is that if a quantity increases or decreases in the ratio A is to B, then new quantity becomes B by A of the original quantity upon A. So let us take an example. यहाँ पे उन्होंने एक example दिया है जो बहुत easy है. Raunak weighs 56.7 kgs. If he reduces his weight in the ratio 7:6, अब weight reduce हुआ है, correct ना? पहले 7 था ratio and it has reduced to 6. Okay, you have to find his new weight. So original weight was 56.7. When he reduces his weight in this ratio, that means 6/7 multiplied by 56.7 आपको करना होगा to find out his new weight by B upon A multiplied by that quantity. Easy? समझ में आया है या नहीं? नहीं? Right now tell me. ये समझ में आया है? We'll take another example. Okay? Easy. और easy करके बताते हैं. Let's say in a sack of rice. Okay? Initially 118 kgs were there. हाँ, अब क्या हुआ है? 118 kgs तो थे, पर those have reduced. Why? Because of lot of rats in the storehouse. ठीक है? So let us say it has decreased to 81. So initially quantity was 118. Now it has become 81. और मैंने अगर आपको बताया, so basically when you take the ratio, what ratio will you get of decrease? By how much has it decreased? 118 upon 81. दोनों तो same units में है, so we can directly take the ratio. Now अगर मैंने बोला, okay, कि initially the rice, so now this is the ratio, this is not the weight, this is the ratio that we have got. Now if I say original quantity of rice, actually it was but since reduce हुआ है, ratio reduce हुआ है, so now it is, let's say 145. तो ये जो हमें निकालना होता है कि रेशो दिया है and you have to find out a new quantity, कितने से reduce हो गया. Okay, so 210 is the quantity given to us and we have to find out another quantity. Okay, हमारे पास रेशो है, रेशो किस फॉर्म में है? A is to B फॉर्म का रेशो है. हमें क्या करना है? We have to take the reciprocal and multiply 210 by the reciprocal to get how much the quantity has reduced. समझ में आया? All of you? ठीक है? So take the reciprocal and multiply it by the quantity to find out a new quantity. अब यहाँ पे decrease हुआ है, पर sometimes it can increase also. कि small बच्चा था, उसकी height थी let's say 5'7". Now after growing up, after becoming an adult, he has reached 6 feet. So you can find it out कितने से increase हुआ है. या weight भी बढ़ सकता है, quantity बढ़ सकती है, profit बढ़ेगा. Understood? So I think we have covered all the fractions base today as well as decimals का जो base important है. और अगर आपने यहाँ पे देखा So these are a few. Okay, now there is one more concept called as inverse ratio. ये भी basic ही है, so that I'm going to cover. अगर मैंने बोला inverse ratio find out करना है, let's say the given ratio was 7:9. Find out its inverse ratio. So जब हम inverse ratio find out करेंगे, you know, numerator and denominator will change. So this is going to be 9/7. So 7/9 का inverse ratio है 9/7. And now if we find out their product, that is always going to be equal to 1. ठीक है? So now these are all basic concepts which we have done today. Okay? Any doubts up till now? You have understood my way of teaching. Is this okay for you? You tell me. Huh? Okay? Perfect. So tomorrow I'm going to tell you calculator tricks. Right from addition, subtraction, everything to do on the calculator. Okay? So I will teach you how to find out log, antilog, b. So please bring your calculators tomorrow without fail. Alright, tomorrow's session will be of 2 hours from tomorrow on. Alright, so we will stop here for today. I hope online students, have you any questions? Let me know. Have you understood? Any doubt? Yes, from where 2010 came. See, it was just a random example which I had taken, Devraj, to help you understand. Okay, to help you understand the basic concept. Huh? See, maybe that example was not as perfect as given in the textbook, but I just wanted to explain you कि क्या होगा जब हमें convert करना है और अगर हमें ratio दिया है एक quantity दी है, how we will find out the next one. Okay, it was just a random example. All right. I hope all your doubts are cleared for today. Let us stop here. Okay. Bye bye. ठीक है.